Hi, this is Barry Anderson from the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room. It is Wednesday, May the 13th. This is the address to get into our room, and you can log in with your Facebook or your Twitter account. Okay, so far, I'm doing this rather early. I may have to take off a little bit early today, so I thought I would do the video early, but this has been probably the least traded day that I can think of in a long, long time. For me, anyway. I only have one trade. Well, two trades, but of the same stock. Luckily, it turned out to be a really good one. So let's take a look at it. EGL. Now, if you watched the video yesterday, you know that I've been getting pretty excited about this particular strategy, which I call Run. It is not for public consumption right now, so please don't ask me for it. It will be available in the optimized channel come June. And again, you'll need a subscription to the oddsmaker to have access to that optimized channel. Only received, well, really just one alert. This one I really don't count. This is an ETF, and it was very erratic, but so I really don't count this one, even though it did go up. I think the alert came at 46, and I think it was up to 47 at one point, but it was just very, very erratic, and so I don't really count that. Now, EGL was difficult. I'm not going to say this one was easy. It was difficult in that, here's where the alert happened at 67, only 68,000 shares, so very lightly traded, but it was right at 25, the whole number, so that got me intrigued right off the bat. So here's where I got the alert at 25, took the trade right here at 25.05, and I exited at 25.15, this line right there. Now it did pop up. I thought it was really going to start to run, but you see how it fell right back down again. And so I got out of the trade at 25.15. The spread wasn't good at all. And so I only had a few shares of this because, again, the spread wasn't good. And, this sort of action could have happened right there, and I didn't want to get killed in it. However, I did keep watching it. And notice how the candles started narrowing a little bit, and so a base was starting to form, and the spread wasn't nearly as bad. So I took the trade again at 25.25 right here. And it really paid off because look what happened. I exited some at 25.80. I exited some right here at 26.27, which was a penny over my buy, and the balance at 26.55, well over $1 over my buy. So this turned out to be extremely well. And as I was saying, this run strategy, yesterday it was excellent. The day before it was excellent. So it doesn't produce very many a day. I think yesterday it had a total of 4, and the day before I think it had a total of 3. But I'll take quality over quantity any day. Now, there was one that I did miss. Rent was one that I missed. And unfortunately, even though it had a fair number of shares that I traded at the time, look where the alert came in. This was on the 30-minute opening range break, and it was at $60.77. And you can see right now it's at 62.05. So the actual alert was right around here. So the opening 30-minute range break. And I just didn't get into it. This was really badly spread. It was whipping all around, but I really wish I had taken it somewhere around here on this little break. It's a bit of a consolidation pattern, maybe a little tiny flag, and maybe taking it about right there. Close my eyes, go in at the ask, and don't worry, and take fewer shares. And it had a great pop up. Now, at the most I would have got up to 63.47 from here at 61.77. Almost $2, and probably wouldn't have held on down through here. But that is one that definitely got away. I know some in the room are trading it, and more power to them. Now, the only other one I want to talk about is I do have a 15-minute opening range strategy also that is not, again, for public consumption. We'll be putting this in June. I've actually had to re-optimize this myself. Very minor, because even these ones that are optimized for trade ideas, you can always go in and take a look, if you have the odds maker, of course, and take a look at the time, see when the best results seem to take place. Or in this particular case, I found that the odds went up dramatically if I just laid off until 10 o'clock. So in other words, I could be getting some alerts at 9:45 because that's obviously when the first 15-minute range occurs. And when I didn't have that caveat, when I didn't have that stipulation put in that only take trades at 10, the equity curve did not look that good, but just by changing it to 15 minutes later and also kind of holding for a long period of time, which is not necessarily what I like to do, but let me just show you what that equity curve looks like. Let me see, I hope I didn't delete it. There we go. And I start off with the 25,000, and it's telling me there's not enough equity or not enough buying power for it right now. For all my examples, I always start off with $25 because, or $25,000 because I think that's what most people in the States have to have for a day trading account. So I put this in here. You can see it would have needed $180,000 worth of buying power. I don't worry about that too much because uh, look, a lot of the times, just because I get an alert, even when on these optimized strategies, I'm still going to take a look at it. And as I said in the room, I want to make sure that maybe the market's still going in my favor, the sector is going in my favor, or certainly not against me. For instance, if this was a bio that was alerted, or an oil and gas stock, and oil and gas was tanking today, or the bios were IBB was way down, I probably wouldn't take the trade. And if it ran, so be it. But I like to have a lot. In other words, even within these alerts, you can have some discretion, and that's what I tend to do. So, and actually, the commission, $5, maybe put $5. That's probably more appropriate for a lot of people. But anyway, I'm just trying to show you that this is the equity curve for the 15 minute opening range break, a great profit factor. Maybe a little bit light on the winner to loser ratio. I like to see a 2-to-1, but the return is excellent. I like the fact that it's almost 2/3 winners to losers. Sure, we can have strategies that can give great profits, great winners to losers, and at say 40% winners. But I'm telling you, it's awfully tough to maybe go 6 losers in a row and trust the strategy, even though intuitively you might think, well, maybe the next 4 will be winners, and that'll make up for those 6 losers. That's why I like to see at least 2/3 winners, just from almost from a psychological point of view. Now it's starting to turn down a little bit, and this is how you can really analyze the equity curve too, because you can see how it was very robust for the first up to 164 trades. Very, very good. Flattening out just a little bit, maybe, but here, little curve, maybe starting to turn up again. So right here, I would bet that the market's probably going down a little bit on those during those trades. Probably was those days that the market was going down. So again, it's tough to go long on any strategy. I don't care how great it's been optimized if the market is not in your favor and it's going down, or the sector is not in your favor. So anyway, but this overall, this is a very nice looking equity curve. And let's see. Just wanted, oh, I know, I just wanted to show you what those trades were today. Now, I didn't take them. I'm still kind of being a little cautious on them, but DGLY 1805, and we can see it got a high of 1870. Again, if you held for all day, for a good part of the day anyway, that's what this has been optimized at. And CMCM, let's see what it's doing. Remember, the alert came in at 2635. CMCM 2635. So, I mean, it hit a high of 2697. So you'd be in the money. Even now, you'd still be in the money. So the only one that isn't working out that well yet is EMR. 6074 was the alert. Let's see what it's doing. EMR. So it's a little bit light at 6066, but there's still, if you were going to do this strategy, and I might just take this just for fun anyway, to see, and hold it. What's the time? 1:59. So hold it for a couple of hours and see how it does at the end of the day. Who knows? It could have a bit of a spurt, and it's only. Let's see, it's only what less than 10 cents away from the alert price. So anyway, that's it for today. Say a very, very quiet day for me, and I don't know why. There just weren't a lot of alerts that I really liked, or a lot of the time is that some of these alerts that came in were just not a lot of continuation. Rent obviously was one that I really missed, but it was a very bad spread, so it would have been a bit of faith to have to take that trade. All right, that's it for today. Here is the address again into our room, and you can log in with your Facebook or your Twitter account, and I hope to see you in the trading room tomorrow.